Good day, everyone. Welcome to today's lecture. Today, we are going to discuss an important topic in business and logistics. That topic is supply chain management, or SCM. Now, before we go into definitions and theories, let me ask you something. Think about the smartphone you're using right now. Have you ever wondered how it actually reached your hands? The phone did not simply appear in a shop. Many companies were involved. Many countries were involved. Many activities happened behind the scenes. Raw materials had to be mined. Components had to be manufactured. Parts had to be assembled. Products had to be transported. Warehouses had to store the products. Retailers had to sell them. All these activities are connected, and that entire connected process is called supply chain management. Now let us define SCM properly. Supply chain management refers to the coordination of processes, resources, people, and activities involved in moving product from raw materials to final consumers. Simple meaning, SCM manages the flow of products from the beginning until the customer receives them. It is basically the journey of a product. Now, one important thing to understand is this. A supply chain is not just one company. It is a network. Different organizations work together, such as suppliers, manufacturers, transport companies, warehouses, retailers, even technology providers. All of them are connected. If one part has a problem, the entire chain can be affected. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, many factories closed temporarily. Ports became congested. Transportation slowed down. As a result, products arrived late. Some products even disappeared from supermarket shelves. That situation showed the world how important SCM really is. Now, let us look at the main goals of SCM. First, efficiency. Businesses want products to move smoothly and quickly. Second, cost reduction. Companies always try to reduce transportation costs, storage costs, and production costs. Third, customer satisfaction. Customers want products fast. Customers want affordable prices. Customers want good quality. SCM helps businesses achieve these goals together. Let's look at Malaysia for a moment. Malaysia plays an important role in global supply chains, especially in electronics manufacturing. Many electronic components used worldwide are produced in Penang and other industrial areas in Malaysia. Companies like Intel operate large facilities here. So when you see a laptop or a smartphone overseas, there's a good chance that some parts came from Malaysia. Interesting, right? Supply chain management is everywhere. Even when you order bubble tea through GrabFood, SCM is involved. The ingredients must arrive at the store. Packaging materials must be supplied. Delivery riders must transport the order. Everything is connected. So, throughout this lecture, I want you to start observing the world differently. Whenever you buy something, ask yourself, how did this product reach me? That is the mindset of someone studying supply chain management. Now, let us move to another important question. Why should we study supply chain management? Some students think SCM is only for logistics companies. Actually, no. SCM affects almost every industry, such as retail, healthcare, manufacturing, e-commerce, food industry, automotive industry. Even entertainment businesses rely on supply chains. Let's take a simple example. Think about a supermarket like Lotus's or Maiden. When you walk into the store, you expect products to be available, such as rice, milk, snacks, toiletries. Imagine if the shelves were empty every week. Customers would become frustrated very quickly. So businesses rely on SCM to ensure products are always available at the right place and right time. SCM also creates career opportunities. Many graduates work in logistics, procurement, inventory management, transportation, operations management, warehouse management, demand forecasting. These are all connected to SCM. Another reason to study SCM is that it develops critical thinking skills. You learn how to solve business problems. For example, why are deliveries delayed? Why are costs increasing? Why is inventory piling up? Why are customers complaining? SCM professionals constantly analyze these problems and create solutions. Now let us talk about the evolution of SCM. Years ago, supply chains were much simpler. Most systems were manual. Companies used paperwork for inventory tracking. Communication was slow. Data sharing was limited. A delay in one area could take days before others realized it. But today's supply chains are highly digitalized. Technology changed everything. Companies now use artificial intelligence, big data, Internet of Things, cloud systems, automation. For example, Malaysia uses automated sorting systems in distribution centers. Instead of workers manually sorting thousands of parcels, machines now help speed up the process. GPS tracking also allows businesses and customers to monitor deliveries in real time. Now think about Shopee or Lazada. When you order something online, you can see when the order is packed, when it leaves the warehouse, when it reaches your area, when it will arrive. That level of visibility was impossible many years ago. Modern SCM also focuses heavily on agility and resilience. What does that mean? It means businesses must adapt quickly to unexpected situations. COVID-19 taught companies a major lesson. Supply chains must be flexible. Businesses now diversify suppliers. They increase warehouse flexibility. They use analytics to predict disruptions. In simple terms, companies no longer want to depend on only one supplier or one country. Why? Because one disruption can stop the entire business. So SCM today is no longer just about transportation. It is now about strategy, technology, risk management, sustainability, customer experience. That is why SCM has become one of the most important business functions globally. Now let us break down the main components of a supply chain. There are 5 major players. Let's go through them one by one. First, suppliers. Suppliers provide raw materials or components. For example, Sime Darby supplies palm oil products used by food manufacturers worldwide. Without suppliers, production cannot begin. Second, manufacturers. Manufacturers convert raw materials into finished products. For example, Proton assembles vehicles using components sourced from local and international suppliers. Manufacturing adds value to raw materials. Third, distributors. Distributors manage storage and movement of products. Companies like DKSH help distribute products across Malaysia efficiently. Distributors ensure products reach retailers on time. Fourth, retailers. Retailers sell products directly to customers. Examples include Maiden, Lotuses, Watsons, Eon. Retailers interact directly with consumers. Finally, customers. That is all of us. Customers drive demand. If customers suddenly prefer healthier food, businesses must adapt. If customers demand faster delivery, supply chains must improve. So customers actually influence the entire chain. Now, besides these 5 players, support systems are also very important. One major support system is information technology. IT systems help companies monitor inventory, deliveries, demand patterns, supplier performance. Real-time information improves decision-making. Another support system is logistics. Logistics includes transportation, warehousing, inventory handling. Without logistics, products cannot move efficiently. Now here's something important. All these components are interconnected. One small problem can affect everyone. For example, imagine a delay at Port Klang. Containers cannot move on time. Manufacturers may not receive materials. Retailers may not receive products. Customers may face shortages. That is why coordination is extremely important in SCM. Let me give another relatable example. Imagine preparing for Hari Raya. Suddenly demand for cookies, clothes, and decorations increases sharply. Retailers need more stock. Warehouses must prepare early. Transportation companies become busier. If businesses fail to plan properly, products may run out during peak demand. That is why forecasting and coordination matter so much. SCM is like an orchestra. Every part must work together smoothly. If one instrument is out of sync, the whole performance suffers. Now let us discuss how SCM adds value to businesses. Many people think SCM only involves moving products. Actually, SCM creates competitive advantage. First, SCM reduces operational costs. Efficient transportation reduces fuel expenses. Good inventory management prevents overstocking. Better planning reduces waste. All these help companies save money. Second, SCM improves customer satisfaction. Customers today expect fast delivery, accurate orders, product availability. When SCM performs well, customers become loyal. For example, if your online orders consistently arrive on time, you're more likely to buy again from the same platform. Third, SCM improves resource utilization. Businesses can maximize labor, warehouse space, transportation efficiency, production schedules. Now, let us look at a Malaysian success story. Top Glove Corporation. Top Glove became the world's largest glove manufacturer partly because of effective SCM. During the pandemic, demand for gloves increased dramatically. Instead of collapsing under pressure, they adapted quickly. They coordinated suppliers efficiently. They optimized logistics operations. They managed production carefully. This allowed them to meet global demand more effectively. Now let us focus specifically on SCM in Malaysia. Malaysia is heavily involved in global supply chains. One strong example is Nestlé Malaysia. Products like Milo are distributed nationwide and internationally. To achieve this, Nestlé must forecast demand accurately, coordinate factories, manage transportation, maintain inventory levels. Even remote areas must receive products consistently. Another important example is Intel Penang. Intel's operations contribute significantly to global electronic supply chains. Malaysia exports many semiconductor and electronic components worldwide. Besides electronics, Malaysia also exports palm oil, rubber products, automotive parts. This shows how SCM contributes directly to Malaysia's economy. Now think about e-commerce growth in Malaysia. Shopee and Lazada created huge demand for faster delivery systems. Customers now expect same-day or next-day delivery. This forces businesses to improve warehouses, delivery systems, and inventory planning. So SCM continues evolving rapidly in Malaysia. And honestly, Malaysian consumers today are becoming very demanding. We all want fast delivery. If food delivery takes too long, we immediately check the app every 2 minutes. Very normal behavior nowadays. And businesses know this. That is why SCM has become more important than ever before. Now let us discuss challenges in supply chain management. SCM sounds exciting, but it is not easy. Businesses face many difficulties. One major challenge is rising transportation costs. Fuel prices affect logistics expenses significantly. When fuel costs increase, delivery costs also increase. Companies then face a difficult decision. Should they absorb the cost or increase product prices? Another challenge is supply chain disruptions. COVID-19 is a perfect example. Factories shut down. Shipping delays increased. Product shortages happened worldwide. Even simple products became difficult to find. Face masks, computer chips, basic groceries. The pandemic exposed weaknesses in global supply chains. Another major challenge is sustainability. Consumers today care more about ethical sourcing and environmental impact. Businesses are under pressure to reduce pollution and waste. For example, Sime Darby faced environmental criticism regarding palm oil production. In response, the company strengthened sustainable practices. Now, let us move into technology. Technology is transforming SCM completely. First, big data analytics. Big data helps companies analyze huge amounts of information. Businesses use this data to predict customer demand. For example, during major sales like 11.11, Lazada analyzes customer behavior to prepare inventory early. Second, Internet of Things, or IoT. IoT allows real-time tracking. Sensors and devices monitor shipments continuously. Customers can track parcels live through apps. This improves visibility and trust. Third, blockchain technology. Blockchain improves transparency. Information becomes secure and difficult to manipulate. This is especially important in industries involving international exports. For example, seafood exporters may use blockchain to prove product origin and sustainability compliance. Technology also improves warehouse operations. Modern warehouses use automated sorting systems, barcode scanners, robotics, smart inventory systems. These technologies improve speed and reduce human error. But technology also creates challenges. Companies must invest large amounts of money. Employees need training. Cybersecurity risks increase. So technology is powerful, but businesses must manage it carefully. Now, for the final part of today's lecture, let us discuss the future of SCM. First, sustainability. Sustainability is becoming essential in supply chains. Businesses are expected to reduce environmental impact. This includes reducing waste, lowering carbon emissions, using sustainable materials, ethical sourcing. Companies that ignore sustainability may lose customer trust. Consumers today are more environmentally conscious. Many prefer businesses with responsible practices. Sime Darby is one Malaysian example, focusing on sustainable palm oil production. Global buyers increasingly demand certified sustainable products. Now, let us discuss globalization. Malaysia's supply chains are deeply connected to global trade. Companies collaborate with international suppliers regularly. For example, Proton sources parts globally while manufacturing locally. Globalization creates opportunities. Businesses can access larger markets, lower-cost suppliers, advanced technologies. But globalization also increases risks. Trade wars, political conflicts, natural disasters, pandemics. All these can disrupt supply chains suddenly. That is why businesses now focus heavily on risk management. Companies diversify suppliers. They increase flexibility. They build more resilient supply chains. Now let us look at the future. Automation and artificial intelligence will become even more important. Warehouses may use more robotics. Demand forecasting will become smarter. Autonomous delivery systems may become more common. SCM professionals in the future must combine business knowledge, technology understanding, problem-solving skills. The future supply chain professional is not just moving products. They are managing strategy and innovation. And Malaysia has strong potential in this area. With growing e-commerce, manufacturing strength, and strategic location, Malaysia can remain highly competitive globally. So as future graduates, understanding SCM gives you an important advantage. No matter which industry you enter, supply chains will always matter. Before we end today's lecture, remember this simple idea. Every product has a journey. Supply chain management controls that journey. And when SCM works, well, businesses succeed, economies grow, and customers stay satisfied. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's lecture. See you in the next class.